Hello, magical gangsters. Welcome to another edition of GSM Tarot, where I will be your host, the gangster magician himself. I'm here to deliver you your message. Why? Because I love you, because I love what I do, and I do what I love, because that is what I am. I'm the best at it. Okay, and so are you, because I love you. I think you're great. I think you're really swell. Trust me when I tell you. You know who else thinks that? Archangel Michael, of course. He says, we always think they were swell. He says, we told you that a long time ago. And you said, yeah, I know. And we high-five. Yeah, sir. But yeah, we also open our heart to you, okay? Because we welcome in any and all unconditional love, okay? And we will grant you that wish of that Two of Cups because we know, okay? And if you get out of line, we got our skull-crushing agate here, okay? We'll manifest the end for you. Okay, so there you go. That is it for you, okay? Skull Crusher Agate. It's my new, I discovered it. It's me, I was the one. They said, where'd you find it? I don't know, I just came out of this skull crushing finale I've seen. But yes, back to the regularly scheduled program. No more about this skull crushing. Let's see what else we're working with. What else are we doing? What's going to be the overall energy over here? But in the meantime, let's get a pray. Let's get a little selenation here. See what we're doing. Okay, well just know this crumb bum devil, he's being seen very, very clearly. Why are they being seen very clearly? Because they underestimated you, that's why. Okay, when they come up against you, okay, because you are this hermit, okay, remember that, alright? This is what really was able to defeat them, the hermit. Who would have thought the hermit would be able to defeat the devil? Okay, but yes, they did. Why? Because they were out to outlast them. They had more patience, okay? Patience, it's a virtue, it's key. That's why you won this battle, okay? They couldn't get to you. There's nothing they could do. They could do all they want to do. You clear your energy too much. Okay, you're not able to be hit much. You don't have any remote spirits on you. There's nothing anybody could do, okay? Because you're a fucking empress, for God's sakes. These monitoring spirits, you cut them off a long time ago. These people, they don't know what the fuck they're doing, okay? They have no idea. They have no idea what you're doing, okay? They know that you're doing this or whatever else you're doing, okay? But at the end of the day, it's like, they can't stop you, okay? Because Three of Pentacles, because they can't stop people from wanting to work with you, collaborate with you. Okay, they know how good you are. They know what you bring to the table. Okay, everybody does. So it's not going to stop you from getting whatever Ace of Wands, whatever new projects, okay? Because you have an urge to create. You're coming off as an inspiration to people. All right, people see this. They love what they see with you, man. I'm telling you right now. And that is why the Tower of Terror is here. And the King of Wands is here to operate the Tower of Terror because he loves it. And who's on that Tower of Terror? This devil, of course, okay? Because he came up against this Hermit Empress, okay, who people want to work with and has an urge to create with, okay? And people are not happy with this devil, okay? Because what this devil did was come up against you, okay? And people don't want to hear bad things about you anymore. They don't play these games because they're seeing very clearly what happens when people mess around and do bad things around you, okay, or towards you. God don't play with this. And a lot of these were just warnings, okay? You gave so many warnings too. That's the best part about it. So many warnings. They didn't take you seriously. They're going to take you seriously, very soon. Believe me when I tell you. They're going to be taking things very seriously. Anybody who didn't take you seriously in the past, they're going to have a change of heart. We're coming for you. Okay, that's what they need to do. Far, far away. Cross overseas or such. That's what a lot of people are doing. They're gonna go overseas here. They're gonna run. They're gonna try to run because they have overseas accounts. They think that that's gonna save them or something. But we're waiting there. That's fine. We want them to run just so they get caught. As soon as they get there, that's where they get picked up. They don't think they're waiting there in those accounts that we're speaking of. Yes, go ahead, go to them. We want you to. Okay, so let's get an overall energy here of the Divine Feminine Collective, please and thank you, God. Okay, and there you go. 9 of Cups, perfect. Wish come true. You are a wish come true. You're not just one wish come true, but you're many wishes come true. Because why wouldn't you be? I mean, look what you do. Look how you carry yourself. Look what you bring to the table. Nobody's going to say anything else. Nobody's going to act like they're better than you anymore. Nobody's going to act like they have it. Listen, it's always been your energy the whole time. It's not good. These days are over. Your energy is called back. We call back our energy and our power from anybody who's ever taken it from us. We call back our energy and our power from anybody who's ever taken it from us. And we call back our energy and our power from anybody who's ever taken it from us. Go ahead. Now try to fuck with us, okay? Because it's already blocked off. There's nothing they can do. You're too balanced, Temperance. Okay, you're too balanced. They need you to be off balance. They need you to roll around in the mud. They need you to say all types of crazy stuff. They need you to be writing all the blah, blah, acting all nuts, coming off like people looking at you. Oh, look at this guy's a kook. That's what they needed. But that's not happening, okay? Because if anybody's looking like a kook, anybody's looking like a nut, it's these fucking jerk-offs, okay? Because of the way they're acting right now. Because people are like, why are you acting so crazy over a person being balanced? Okay, this is what... Okay, but they're showing that they're demons. All that they're doing is you're just proving the existence of demons. That's all you're doing. And now, these demons have no idea what to do because there's a prophecy about you that you were going to come and expose them all. And they manifested that for you, okay? And we thank you. Thank you, demons. You've turned us into one of the greatest demon destroyers of all time. We appreciate you. Thank you. All right, and that is why you stayed balanced through this whole thing. Very calm you are. Okay, you could go from a Queen of Swords to a Queen of Cups to a Queen of Cups to a Queen of Swords. You can do it all, okay? But you always return to your Queen of Cups because that's who you are. Okay, now here he is, the King of Swords in reverse character, okay? Tried to block your wish come true, okay? They want to block this. They want to block your Two of Cups. Why did they want to block your Two of Cups? Because they're a devil-faced bastard, that's why. Look at that person. Looks like a devil-faced bastard, okay? And that is exactly what they are, okay? And they're being seen for somebody who tried to block your wish come true. Tried to block your counterpart's wish come true. This King of Swords in reverse character, perhaps maybe, this is not an ex, I know that for sure, but this is probably your counterpart's friend or somebody next to them, their colleague, somebody in their ear said you were nothing, they said. It said you were nothing, okay? They went through a lot of stuff, but that person is going to be seen. They're going to be seen for what they are. You understand, my friends? You're going to be seen for who you are, okay? Everybody's going to see you for that malicious nature. Everybody's going to see what you do behind closed doors. All those church people are going to see who you are. Your kids, everybody, if they don't already know, they're all going to see what you are. So run, King of Swords. In reverse, run. Two of Swords. You can't avoid this anymore. There's no avoiding us. Information overload. It's the thing's moving fast now. It's not stop. It's selling you danger. Trust me when I tell you, King of Swords in reverse. Information overload. What you're doing is not working. The end is here for you. Death is here for the King of Swords. They're gonna collapse. Watch. Okay, Ace of Wands reverse because they have a lack of motivation. They have a lack of energy. There's no passion here. The person's feeling weighed down, okay? Very, very weighed down, okay? Because they got themselves in this situation. They want to create illusions, okay? They thought would never be shattered, but now their illusions have been shattered. And now they have no answers. People want to know, what's with the illusions, King of Swords reverse? What's with the illusions? What's the problem here, pal? Okay, they used to say, oh, this is preposterous. This is preposterous. I would never do anything. Now it's not being seen as so preposterous because this person has no energy, no passion, and no motivation. What happened to you, pal? Where's it all at? Where did it all go? Okay, hang me in. Okay, perhaps, maybe somebody paused. Maybe your counterpart paused, surrendered. So I had to look at things from new perspectives and realize that this King of Swords in reverse was pulling on their energy for the past 30-some years. Okay, and now you basically projected whatever their life was supposed to be onto your counterpart. Okay, and it's like, it's crazy. This person has to pay for this King of Swords in reverse. This person's going to pay, and now Eight of Swords, they're completely stuck. You got them stuck like Gorilla Glue. There's nowhere for them to go. There's nowhere to run. There's nowhere to hide. We suggest they run. Okay, perhaps they're gonna run across seas. One way or another, this person will be found. Okay, if they're hiding in a little village in Greece somewhere, we're gonna come find them. Okay, doesn't matter. You can't go nowhere. There's not getting away from this. We're not getting away from it. You know what you did. We know what you did, and so does everybody else. And you're going to be seen for what you did. We're going to make sure every last person sees you on the news. First thing, face right on there. This is who you are. This is what you do. And that's why you're stuck. You don't know what to do. You never seen this coming, did you? You never seen this coming. You didn't see the divine feminine coming back doing this to you, did you? Wow, I didn't see this. Actually, I did. I knew it all along. Okay, and I rapidly knew that this was going to happen very quickly because this is a 9-year and this is happening very soon. Very soon, because Knight of Swords, you're way too ambitious for this. You're way too action-oriented, way too driven to succeed, and much too fast thinking. They cannot get past. You're 10 steps ahead. It's that simple. You're looking. You're watching them coming. Like, you already see what they're doing. And you're just like, okay. And it's like you're just waiting. Like, it's okay. Like, it's like you know they're going to go do that. Okay, so you set the little trap there. Okay, then you go to the other. But it's like it's like you're playing a game with these people. Guess what? The games are over now. I don't think you feel like playing these games no more. You know, I think you're just going to have to put an end to this game. You're going to have to flip this board. I think you're going to flip the board. Okay, 7 of Pentacles, because you had a long-term view here. Okay, you're too hardworking. You don't got time for nonsense. You ain't got time to play games, that's for sure. Okay, you are not saying you're all work and no play, but you're not here to play games with stupid people. Okay, that's for sure. Okay, that want you to 10 of Wands carry the burden. No, they're going to carry the burden, okay, because they know what they did. Okay, they're carrying the burden of knowing what they did. The fact that you know what they did is enough for them. They can't do this anymore. They don't even, they're feeling totally way down. They don't know what to say. They cannot get information. They're losing. They're starving of your energy, that's for sure. Because remember, you don't need their energy. They need yours, okay? And eventually they're going to come down. They're going to be begging you, okay? Begging and pleading with you to spare them. That's what's going to happen. And you do whatever the fuck you want, okay? 8 of Swords reversed, because now somebody's releasing these self-limiting beliefs. Okay, releasing negative thoughts, opening to new perspectives, perhaps, with this Hangman, okay? So this confirms this Hangman here for me. Somebody's looking at something from a new perspective, okay? And now you have this King of Swords in reverse who has a lack of energy and motivation because I guess they're getting cut off somehow, okay? Because Judgment is here for them. Judgment Day is here for the King of Swords in reverse. We call Judgment on this bastard, okay? We call Judgment on you. Yeah, you fat bald bastard. We call justice on you, okay? We want to know. We call justice, okay? I mean, we call judgment and justice too, okay? Judgment will bring justice. We call judgment. Trust me when I tell you. It's coming. We just want to wait to the holidays. We like calling judgment around the holidays. It's better. It's fun. It's more fun. Okay, and now they want to avoid death. Death is coming for them now. Okay, they're trying to avoid it. This King of Swords are trying to avoid death. Okay, but they have no motivation. They have no energy. Okay, you're too brave. You're too courageous. 9 of Wands. You're too resilient. You took your last stand. They couldn't stop you. They were not. They took their best shot. Okay, and you got back up and became better than you were before that. So, come on. Keep it coming. Keep attacking us. The funniest thing is like, now they're starting to realize that you baited them in to attack you. It's like you knew them attacking you was going to make you as strong as you are. Like, you knew this. And you just did it. Like, you did it. Like, you almost were, like, getting attacked. And, like, it's like you were taking it in, like, enthusiastically. Like, you almost knew what was happening. Like, you knew you were transmuting this. Like, you knew this was just giving you more and more energy. I guess they didn't know that, but the more they attack you, the stronger you get. So just remember that. Okay, and that's why 6 of Pentacles, you're receiving an even give and take offer. That's why you're even take relationship, a generous offer. Okay, because you're this Queen of Swords, you were able to, get boundaries here. Okay, this has made you an Empress. All right, this is why you're able to, protect your energy. This is it. You owe it all to this one, this Queen of Swords. They're the ones. They did that for you. We sent them a fruit basket. Okay, so have a fruit basket and a couple gift certificates. We like them. Good friends of ours, Queen of Swords. Good friend of ours. Okay, you know who they're a good friend of, this Queen of Swords? The Gangstar Magician, that is. Okay, magical gangstars of the world, because this Queen of Swords is a magical gangstar. Because it takes a magical gangstar to be a Queen of Swords. Okay, you cannot be a magical gangstar unless you are a Queen of Swords. We think you're a magical gangstar with no boundaries. Come on, nobody's gonna be walking all over you anymore. Them days are over. Okay, nobody's gonna come around and say this, that. Get the fuck out of here. That's what you tell people. I don't even want to talk to you. Just get the fuck out of my face, please. Okay, these people don't know what to say, they don't know what to do because they're so used to responding, you caring what they say, but you're just like, you don't care, you know what they are. Their mask, it's like you're a demon, we know what you are. Okay, there's nothing you can say, you look like a demon, you look terrible, okay. Knight of Wands, your energy, on the other hand, is too passionate, it's too adventurous, okay, you're fearless, and now these people, they look like shit because they can't get in your energy now, they can't use your energy to build them up. Alright, now they look like fucking shit, because they are shit, okay, they're gonna be seen as shit. Piece of shit. It's alright though. They made you the best version of yourself. Thank you, we told you. Thank you. We're not mad. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, now Five of Swords in reverse. Somebody has a desire to reconcile. Okay, they want to make amends. They want to release this past resentment. They have a desire to forgive. Okay, so this goes with this Five of Swords in reverse, which is this releasing negative thoughts, open to new perspectives. Okay, with this Hangman, pausing, surrendering, letting go, looking at things from new perspectives. Okay. You got you here with the Seven of Pentacles, with this long-term view, that's receiving a generous offer, okay, even give and take relationship. You, this Magician, of course, okay, it's getting their, wish come true. There's Two of Cups, that's coming very quickly, okay, Eight of Wands. And then you have this King of Swords here in reverse, this malicious King of Swords in reverse character who lacks an empathy gene. Okay, this character now has a lack of motivation, lack of energy, lack of passion, and is weighed down and bored because somebody here has a desire to reconcile with you. Okay, and they're releasing their negative thoughts. So I would have to say that's your counterpart, and now this person is unable to siphon the energy from this person anymore. Okay, and they're also at the same time, this King of Swords in reverse, trying to avoid the end here. They don't want to let this go, so they're not. They thought they were going to take this to the end. They want to avoid. They're trying to avoid death here. So if they want to avoid death, that's fine. Sure, maybe justice or karma will see them, but that's okay. Ace of Cups, okay, because you, as you said, it's Nine of Cups. You are your counterpart's wish come true. They want to bring you this Ace of Cups, okay? Why? Because that's able to create the Ten of Cups, and that's where the Ten of Cups creates abundance, and that's when you become exactly what you're supposed to be, okay? Because that's what's supposed to happen. It's supposed to be the two of you together, okay? That's what it is. You could do this by yourself, though, and that was what the test was. You had to prove that you had to do this yourself, okay? You didn't need that person to carry you. And you clearly showed you could do this by yourself, okay? And that person now sees that you know exactly what you're doing, okay? And perhaps maybe they were testing you. I don't know. I don't care. We don't give a fuck no more, okay? Because we know exactly what we are. You know exactly who you are, okay? And this King of Swords, fucking sure as shit knows exactly who you are. And they're terrified. You're like the boogeyman to this person, okay? Because they know you're this Nine of Pentacles. Like I just said, you don't need anybody. This shows that you could do this by yourself. That you're a Queen of Pentacles who doesn't need anybody, okay? And this is what you showed to this counterpart character. This is why they have a desire to reconcile with you. Okay, this is why they're releasing whatever negative thoughts this King of Swords in reverse projected into their head about you, okay? Because they paused, they surrendered, and they looked at things, and they said, the King of Swords in reverse is the bad one. It's not you, okay? And then even the Hierophant knows this. That's why the Hierophant's institutionally supporting you, because they know this King of Swords in reverse is full of shit. Okay, this King of Swords in reverse has been trying to fool this Hierophant for many years, and now the Hierophant now can clearly see exactly what this person is. And now this person has no energy, no motivation, and no passion, and is feeling weighed down, and is trying to avoid death right now. Good luck. Good luck. Okay, because you have this Knight of Cups energy. You're too romantic, you're too charming, you're too creative. So you're not even paying attention to this person. You don't care what this person does, what happens to this person, because you're a Nine of Pentacles magician here, okay, who's receiving a generous offer that's very hardworking. Okay, why are you receiving this offer? Because you have this Ace of Pentacles. That's what it is, this financial offer. Okay, this is the abundance that's coming. Okay, remember, you're a Nine of Pentacles. You don't need anyone. You're supposed to be, with your counterpart. Your counterpart is going to bring you this Ace of Pentacles with that Ace of Cups. And you become everything you ever wanted in life, okay? Because you healed. You got to the next level. You graduated. Okay, you're merging the 5D with the 3D. You're proving the existence of the 5D and the 3D. You're doing it. Yes, you are. Nobody's going to ever say anything. And if they do, you just tell them. You just flick them right in their nose and tell them to get the fuck out of your face. Get out of my face. That's what I'm going to do. Somebody gets in my face I don't like, flicking them right in their nose. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Okay, Two of Wands in reverse. Because these people obviously have a fear of the unknown, fear of change. They didn't plan this far, okay? They must not plan this far when they came up against you, okay? They thought they were playing it safe coming against you. Okay, because they made it so easy. It was like everybody versus you, okay? And it was a lot of this was like a peer pressure situation. It was just almost like high school again here. It was like you were the big nerd, and then, you know, but all these people cared so much about what you were doing, so they went to great lengths to destroy you. But it's like they tried to make you like you were the nerd, but you have all these people grouping up, having meetings about you, okay? And now, Nine of Swords, they're all anxious and depressed over you that you came back. So who's the nerd now? Who's the fucking geek? Who's the dork? Who's the what now? It's not you, that's for sure. Okay, it's these fucking jerk-offs. Because if you look at them, they look like fucking... listen, they're being seen so clear as demons right now. Their families leaving them. They're going to lose their careers, losing everything. Anything they built with your energy, they're losing it all. It's great. We love it. It's all because they're big shots. They're big shots over here. Right? Thought you were a big shot. Okay, Knight of Pentacles, but you were too hardworking, you were too productive, too efficient, too responsible, you stayed on this routine, they could not stop you. See, they could not get to you because you were in that hermit energy, okay? Because if they needed you to be out and about, okay? So they were going to send people to you, they were going to try to poison you, they were going to try to hex, they were doing a lot of things, but they could not get the right people near you. You would not allow these people around you. You were too smart. It's just like you were way too smart, and that's why the Ten of Pentacles is here. Because you have this Nine of Pentacles, okay? You have this Ace of Pentacles, okay? You're a Nine of Cups. Your wish come true. You are a gangster magician. You are manifesting this. I mean, that's what a magician is. Somebody who's able to manifest. I mean, why else are you a magical gangster? Because you're a fucking, that's what you are, okay? Because you are the one who brings the fun, because you are the sun. I mean, you stayed positive through this whole thing, okay? Ace of Swords. You staying positive has people clearly seeing that you're a sharp-minded magician. You're very sharp-minded here. Okay? People are clearly seeing that this King of Swords in reverse, this person has no passion, no motivation. You know, there's no energy here, okay? They're bringing down whatever business they work at, wherever they're at, bad karma is around, okay? They're trying to avoid death, even though they smell of death, okay? They didn't plan this far, Two of Wands in reverse, okay? They didn't plan for you to be so positive and hardworking. They didn't see that coming, and romantic and charming and creative while not needing anybody. And being a gangster magician, okay, they didn't see, and you being able to see and having the mental clarity to see exactly what's going on here. They didn't see that far. That's why they're not a high priestess. That is why they're nothing. And that's why they're going to be seen as nothing. They said you were nothing? No, they're nothing. Because they're going to lose it all. Ten of Pentacles in reverse. This person may have had a lot at one time, but they're going to lose all of it. All of it. They thought they were going to get everything out of this. They're going to lose it all, this King of Swords in reverse, Two of Pentacles, because you adapted. You were too flexible. You balanced this situation out. Okay, now this person, they're going to have to pay. They have to pay the piper, and the piper is here to collect. Okay, death is here to collect. You can't avoid them any longer. This person's in the closet. They're sitting there, oh my God, they're coming to get it. They think like the people are going to go away, forget about them or something. No, we're right outside. We know what you did. Come on out. Come on out with your hands up. Okay, now this person's not laughing no more as the Fool. They're very reckless. They made some bad choices here. Now they're going to take a risk. They don't know what to do. They're stuck in a closet. They don't know. They might have to take themselves out. They're losing everything. They're going to be seen for this. Everybody knows what they are. They're probably going to be like that coach in Virginia. Pedophile coach. Ran in the Appalachian, the woods of Appalachia. Okay, where there's millions of witches that live out there. So this tells me the existence of witches out there. They're going to have to run back to Appalachia, okay? Why don't you go back to Appalachia? All right, because the Five of Pentacles is there for you, okay? It's coming to get you, King of Swords in reverse. Get the Five of Pentacles with this Ten of Pentacles in reverse. You're losing everything. Trust me when I tell you, okay? You fucked with the wrong one. We set you up, okay? Just know that. This is a setup. We knew what the binding you had. We knew how stuck you were in there. Okay, this is how we got rid of you. Trust me when I tell you. It was very intricate, King of Swords in reverse. Me and my counterpart, us and our counterparts. We're very intricate planning here, okay? But you're the one who's paying for this. Look at us. We both look great. Look at you. Not so much. Okay, and that's why you and your counterpart have this Four of Wands here, okay? You have this milestone here. You have this happy home. Okay, you are making things happen. Okay, you are going to be together, okay? It's very harmonious with you two. Okay, it's a homecoming of sorts. Alright, and these people, they want to block this, but they're fucking just showing themselves as high-level demons. You were too brave, you were too courageous. They put you on display. You were seen now as brave, courageous, resilient, okay, because they thought that you were going to fucking crumble under whatever they put on your back, okay, but you just came out, it was almost like you put your hand through it, and then you got up, you said, and then you came back up, and then you were like, dusting yourself off, you're like, is that all you got? And then everybody's looking, they're all like, the mouth's full, the eyeballs get real big, they all start looking to the side, and you just walk straight, he says, anybody else have a problem? It opens up parts like the sea. You part the crowd like the Red Sea, and they just walk, and you just walk straight ahead, and he says, anybody else want to avoid death here? Okay, you want anybody else want to come up against us? Anybody else got a problem? Nobody has a problem with you anymore. Nobody wants to play games with you anymore. Okay, Two of Pentacles, because you were too adapting. Okay, you're flexible. You balance this out. Okay, now they're heartbroken over this whole situation. They're heartbroken that you're so flexible, that you were so that you adapt to anything, any of all situations you're put in. They're heartbroken. They're heartbroken over that. It's funny. Stupid people. Stupid people. Okay, now Seven of Cups reversed. This person, whoever this is now. So this is going on. So you have Five of Swords in reverse, Eight of Swords in reverse, and now Seven of Cups in reverse. And this person, there's no confusion here. They're being cut through this confusion, okay? The illusions, the options, everybody, there's no questions who's who. They know you're the one, okay? And that's all by pausing, surrendering, looking at things from new perspectives. And you know who knows you're the one? Okay, just cutting through this confusion. Your King of Pentacles, of course, because they're bringing you this Ace of Pentacles, because you are this Nine of Pentacles, because you proved without a shadow of a doubt that you don't need this King of Pentacles. And this King of Pentacles wish come true is for you to become that person who didn't need anybody, okay? Because these people try to say that you were a hanger-oner, that you need to be taken care of. This person wanted to find their equal, okay? And now they have with you, okay? Because whoever was recommended to them, they're clearly not an equal. Maybe financially they were, but they are surely not emotionally, surely not physically, and surely not mentally, okay? And that is why they're losing it all, okay? This King of Pentacles is here, okay? They know your value. They see who you are. They know you're a magical gangstar, okay? Now they're released Three of Swords reversed. Now they're releasing heartbreak. Somebody's not recovering from heartbreak. Perhaps you are, okay? Releasing pain. There's forgiveness here. So you have Three of Swords in reverse, Eight of Swords in reverse, Five of Swords in reverse, and a Seven of Cups in reverse. All positive, okay, because they're all release, okay, and that is to release the shatter of these illusions, okay. So whatever illusions that were created about you, they've been shattered and they've been returned to whoever created them. So whoever this King of Swords in reverse said you were nothing, they're being seen as exactly what they said you are, okay. Whatever they projected onto you, exactly what they are, and we're going to end it on this, and then I'm going to do a clarification, is that you're going to build your foundation on this Ten of Cups, okay? It's going to create the abundance that's already happened. You already have your garden in play, okay? You're already sprouting, okay? Three of Pentacles, and you already have people who want to collaborate and work with you, okay? So you are headed to exactly where you got to be, all right? And nobody's going to say otherwise, okay? Because if they could have stopped you, they would have already done it, and they have not. Okay, they can't even say anything to you. Okay, you just have to pretend like you're not there. That's all they can do. That's their only defense against you, is to pretend you're not there. Fine, keep pretending. But eventually, it's like, it's so bright now that it's like they can't pretend you're not there. You like, wait, what is that? What is that? I don't know, I seen something there. Okay, people are seeing exactly that there is something there with you, okay, and they want to know why was this blocked, why was this hidden, what was going on, what were you doing to this person, okay? Now people are understanding the manipulation these spiritual practices that these lower vibrational spiritual practices these people were, participating in, and how they were manipulating spirituality and other, witchcraft type situations, and they're being seen for that, okay? They're being seen very quickly for that Eight of Wands. It's coming very quickly, because remember, the final countdown is here, because the final countdown is here for your enemies, okay? They know it and you know it, okay? Because you remained in this lover's energy. Of course you did, okay? Why wouldn't you? You're a Queen of Cups, okay? You're always going to return to that. When you go home and lay in your bed, that's where you return to, okay? Because you are this Page of Wands. You have this limitless potential, okay? You're a confident and enthusiastic individual who's ready to take action on their dreams and passions. A young, creative spirit who's ready to explore new possibilities and express their ideas. It's exactly who you are. I mean, come on. Are you telling me that's and that's very just Two of Pentacles again, because you were able to adapt. You adapt to any and all situations that were put in front of you. There's nobody that was going to come in here and stop you. Nobody. Okay, because why is nobody? Because you're the Empress, that's why. Okay, everybody knows now. Okay, if they didn't know, now they know. And why? Because and you didn't even try. That's the best part. Like, it wasn't like you were like, oh, I'm going to show everybody I'm the... You just did what you just kept doing. It wasn't like you had nothing to prove. You didn't even try to prove to people anything. You're just like, fuck you. Like, you don't like us? Good, get the fuck away. We don't want you around anyway. That's what they don't understand. How you don't give a fuck. You just don't care. Yeah, well, figure it out then. We want us to tell you why we don't care. You want us to explain to you? Just put it together. You know what you fucking did. That's why we don't care. Alright, so let's get an overall energy here. God, please and thank you. A confirmation, clarification as to what's going to happen with this King of Swords reverse character that's, you know, has a lack of energy. Okay, is holding back, coming off very reckless, taking, you know, a lot of risks here, is losing everything, trying to avoid death because they didn't plan this for. Okay, what's that? What are you going to do with this character? Okay, this person clearly is being seen as this Nine of Pentacles in reverse now. So whatever false sense of success this person is being seen. This is, like I said, this is like a person who presents themselves as a church leader, this, like, you know, all-star dad, PTO leader, whatever the fuck they are. You know, somebody who's like works in, you know, hospitality, that tries to be warm and fuzzy. This is exactly what this is. And now they're being seen as a fucking devil, okay? Because that's exactly what they are. And this is quickly happening, Eight of Wands, okay? So this came out several times, this Eight of Wands. It's coming, okay? Here it is. It's rapidly moving here for you, okay? So nothing else to say here about that, okay? They have no energy. They're going to collapse. They have no energy and they have no motivation. What happens when somebody has no energy or no motivation and no passion? They collapse. That's what's going to happen because they're just being seen as a star in reverse. Okay, they recommended this star in reverse to your counterpart over. They tried to say that this other person was the one who was the one they should be with, not you. Okay, now it's just like they made it so obvious. And it was like, whatever, thank you. Because you don't care what happens, because Six of Course, like I said, you're leaving this behind. You don't need anybody. You don't need anybody. You're a Nine of Pentacles, okay? Here you go. You're a Nine of Pentacles. You're a Queen of Pentacles. You do not need anybody who has a Four of Wands. Okay, this is what the people need to know. You have this Four of Wands. You're celebrating a milestone that's going to be built on the foundation of this Ten of Cups because you are the one who brings the fun because you are the sun, okay? And you are clearly manifesting that because you are a magical gangstar magician, of course. That is a wish come true here, okay? Nine of Cups. That's getting their wish come true, okay? And they will, of course, be receiving a generous offer that's going to be a part of that wish come true because they had a long-term view. Seven of Pentacles. They're very hardworking, very perseverant, okay? That, you know, clarified with this Knight of Pentacles, hardworking, you know, efficient. Okay, not only hardworking and efficient, but also romantic, creative, charming. Okay, and all this is clearly happening very quickly. And you have somebody here who's recovering from heartbreak, releasing pain, seeing you're not an option, okay, cutting through the confusion, releasing whatever self-limiting beliefs about themselves and negative thoughts about you, and now wants to release his past resentment, has a desire to reconcile, and wants to make amends with you. And because you're leaving this behind, okay? Okay, because the Six of Swords is a card of transition, healing, and progress. It signifies moving away from difficulties and towards a more stable and peaceful future. And that is exactly what you're doing right there. You're like, goodbye. I'm taking my little thing here. I got a little bag. I'm out of here. See you later. Don't have time for this. Okay, and that's exactly because you don't need everything to be happy. Okay, you don't need everything like some people. You don't have to keep. You don't need. There's no bottomless pit with you. Okay, now these Two of Swords reverse, they can't avoid this anymore. This King of Swords reverse cannot avoid what they did. It's not preposterous anymore. They cannot avoid this. Okay, people want to know, what did you do this for? Who is this star in reverse? Where'd you find this person? Okay, because they had this person go approach your counterpart, okay, and pretend to be you, okay, fed them a bunch of information about you. This person got paid, okay, they were promised that they were going to get stuff. They were going to have you, as long as you were taken out, then they were going to take your counterpart out, okay, but they couldn't take you out. This is going to be a triple cross here. They were going to first have your counterpart double cross you, and then they were going to double cross your counterpart. They were going to promise them everything, and then it was just, but you knew that was Ace of Wands. You knew your urge to create your new projects. You knew that this was not What happened? They could not destroy you. You're undestructible. You're unfuckwithable. Come on. Okay, the Ace of Wands is a card of inspiration, new opportunities, growth, and potential. It represents a creative spark that motivates and inspires you to pursue a new path. Yeah, and that's what these people did for you. They gave you a creative spark because you had no other options. It was either you were going to become who you are or you were going to die. And you said, I'm going to become who I am. Okay, nobody's going to make me, slow me down, okay, because now these people are, Line of Swords in reverse, they're coming off unfocused, very reckless, okay, it seemed like they were misguided, they're headed towards a dead end, okay, and anybody who followed this King of Swords is right at that dead end with them, because now they're like, uh-oh, and then you're right there at the end like this. What's up, guys? How are you? You looking for me? Okay, and they were not looking for you because they were running from you. Okay, Six of Cups, all right, because you're like Michael Myers, you just catch up somehow. Okay, they thought they got away. Okay, but not only are you, but you're an unconditionally loving Michael Myers. So that's the thing, Six of Cups. You're here to love. Okay, but these people, they just want to keep attacking you. Okay, they're the ones who are doing the attacking. This is a bizarro world where Michael Myers is the good guy. Okay, and this is what you are. That's how this is right now. And these people are attacking you. You're just trying to relax. Okay, who's trying to attack you? This Queen of Cups in reverse character that this King of Swords in reverse recommended. This person is being seen as not a star in reverse. They're crying over here. They're begging. They're clinging. Oh, what am I going to... They're just coming up saying, you're doing all this. Okay, they're telling your counterparts looking at them in disgust. They're so turned off by this that they just want to get away. They see your strength. Okay, and they just want to come towards you in the worst way. They don't care about money no more. They don't care about any of this. They just want to get away from these people. They want to get away in the worst way. Okay, and they're on their way. Okay, they want to get away in the worst way, and they're on their way. So just know they're coming. They're here. Okay, and they look good too. Your counterpart's you're gonna like the way they look. Trust me, they look good. Very sexy, I thought. Okay, and now Knight of Wands in reverse. There's a lot of delays. Okay, there's a lot of disagreements. Okay, people coming off very hasty over here. Okay, impatient, reckless, this King of Swords in reverse. Same thing with this Queen of Cups in reverse. Because they can't get to you. They can't stop. They're losing everything. They don't know what to do. They see you creating this new world here. They see this cycle is complete. They can't stop you. Okay, because the World card advises you have reached the end of the cycle and achieved your goals. Celebrate your success and enjoy the fruits of your labor. It's about that time, and it's going to be 2026. You will be celebrating. Trust me when I tell you, it's the beginning of a cycle, and it's going to be a very, very good cycle for you, okay? Because you survived this terrible cycle. You survived the first half of because that's what it is. The 8th house crew always has a rough first 40-some plus years, okay? And then once they get their shit together, then it all turns around for them. Watch and see it. That's exactly what it is. And now you have this King of Cups in reverse character here. So this was your counterpart. Okay, now they're being all shifty. They're probably all kinds. So you got a Queen of Cups in reverse, a King of Cups in reverse, and this King of Swords in reverse. So you got to understand your counterpart is still not completely healed. Okay, they might look good on the outside, but they're not looking too good on the inside right now. Okay, so they need to fix that. Okay, but they do have a desire to reconcile. They do releasing these negative thoughts, so they are headed that way. Okay, because 5 of Wands, okay, there is this conflict, this competition. Whatever this rivalry, this Queen of Cups want in reverse try to start with you, they made it show that there was no competition here. That's what they showed. Okay, they helped you. Believe me, they helped you. They made it that there was no question as to who is who. Because if, say, your counterpart chose you instead, off the bat, instead of this Queen of Cups in reverse, then they would have continually been sending this Queen of Cups in reverse until they would have broke you guys up, and then this person would have had to see again. They would have had to. So this King of Cups in reverse was smart enough, or hopefully God got this to the point where knowing that this person now had to see this. Okay, they had to see exactly. They had to learn to appreciate you. Okay, now 4 of Swords. Maybe it's time for you to rest and relax. Maybe this King of Cups in reverse is resting and relaxing. That's what I think is happening now. This King of Cups in reverse needs to rest and relax. They need to get out of their head. They got to get. They're becoming off too sensitive. They're gullible here. Okay, they're coming off very moody and unbalanced. Okay, so people are seeing that, but they're also seeing this Queen of Cups too, how they're acting, because they see this King of Cups in reverse does not have any feelings towards this Queen of Cups in reverse. You're the one they love. Okay, and they're trying their best to get away, but they're not. They don't want to. They're being shifty because they have no choice. They didn't leave yet, okay? So the Hierophant, but you're institutionally supported. So they're still around this Queen of Cups in reverse. Not that they're together, really, but they're not sexually with, but they're still connected. Like, it's like people don't know that they don't like that. You know what I mean? This King of Swords now in reverse has to understand why did they get this King of Cups in reverse in this situation. They're both miserable, okay? You have 2 miserable people here. King of Cups in reverse and the Queen of Cups in reverse. And it's all because of this King of Swords in reverse, sending this Queen of Cups in reverse towards this King of Cups in reverse, so that they can continue to siphon this divine masculine King of Cups in reverse energy, okay? And they said you were nothing, but now you're showing that you are a magician who built your foundation on 10 of Cups, and you have a hierophant that supports you. And this King of Swords in reverse is backed against the wall and a dead end, having to answer these questions as to why they, what was their motive? What was your motive? Okay, Two of Wands in reverse. They didn't plan this far, okay? They didn't plan this far to have to answer these questions. Okay, now they're stuck again. Eight of Swords, they're absolutely stuck. The Eight of Swords is a card of restriction, confusion, and powerlessness. They're stuck at a dead end. That signifies the need to release negative thoughts, gain clarity, and find freedom from self-imposed limitations. Perhaps, King of Swords, it's time for you to come clean, brother. It's time for you to come clean. Alright, it's your only way out. Come clean. Do it. Get rid of this Queen of Cups in reverse. Do it. Okay, because it's Two of Cups. Here you go. Two of Cups in reverse. You have this King of Cups in reverse with this Queen of Cups in reverse. Clearly in a Two of Cups in reverse. All because this King of Swords in reverse said you were nothing, did everything to stop your divine union with this King. Because remember, this person was a King of Cups when you first met them, and you were a Queen of Cups. This was supposed to be this way. But then they fucking turned this person into whatever they turned him into. You had to go through all this fucking thing. And now you're an Empress, High Priestess, Magician. And this person's in a Two of Cups in reverse. Okay, so you actually won here. Okay, you benefited by, remaining in this 10% energy. You stayed balanced, and that was what they didn't expect. They expected you to roll around them like this King of Swords in reverse. You were going to accuse them, you did this, because you knew what they did. It was just, but then they were going to say, that's preposterous. This guy's absolutely crazy. Please, leave me alone. I'm a church leader, for God's sake. You know what I mean? So, this is what this person was planning, but you just never said anything. You just kept doing what you were doing the way you were doing it. And this King of Swords in reverse character has been fucking stalking you. Okay, people are watching. They think their computer system wasn't being seen or something like that. What they watch you on there. Like, come on, brother, we see, okay? We know what you're watching, okay? They could go through your computer accounts, okay? The work people, they checked everything. They know what you do when you watch. You think we don't know? Like, you're dope. This guy's a person who's been like, will go on your Instagram stories or something, thinking you won't see it, not knowing the thing comes up or something. Like, this is a fucking idiot. Like, this dope, okay? But they see how strong you are, though. They know that for sure now. They definitely know that you're getting this Ace of Cups, okay? They know that. You get a new emotional beginning, and that brings love, joy, and abundance into your life. An overflowing cup that symbolizes the infinite potential and possibilities of your emotions. And that's what's coming here, okay? Once this King of Cups in reverse character gets their shit together, so what's going to come of this King of Cups in reverse character, okay? What's going to come of this King of Swords in reverse and this Queen of Cups in reverse? What is their hopes and fears? What's going to happen here for you, okay? Well, their hopes and fears here. Here's their fears. Five of Cups, okay? Because they're going to be very disappointed. They're going to be very, very dissatisfied. They're stuck. They're heartbroken. They don't know what to do, okay? Their fears of you being Seven of Wands are complete control of this situation. They're very fearful of that, okay? Because you are complete control. You stood your ground here. They can't stop you. They didn't knock you down. That's why I look at them. These fucking bums. This is what they are. This is what they're sitting there looking like right now. The King of Cups and Queen of Cups in reverse and the Two of Cups. All Five of Cups. A state of sadness, loss, and grief, where they're focusing on what they have lost or missed and ignoring what they still have or can gain. They're just focused on you or what they lost. Okay, this is all this fucking relationship is. Two jerk-offs focused on you. Okay, and Page of Swords. And they see your new ways of communicating too, and they're watching you. Both these idiots watch you. Okay, they're obsessed with you. They're obsessed with your energy because you completely took it back, okay? Because remember, the Page of Swords is a card of new ideas, curiosity, and communication. It signifies exploration, learning, and expression of your thoughts and opinions. These people can't get enough of you. Trust me when I tell you. Alright, so let's get an end result here, please, and thank you. What's going to come of this? Okay, we see that this King of Cups in reverse, though, has a desire to reconcile. They are releasing self-limited beliefs. They're releasing negative thoughts. They're opening to new perspectives. They see you're not an option. They're cutting through the confusion. They're recovering from heartbreak here. Okay, they're pausing, surrendering, looking at things from a different perspectives, resting and relaxing, Four of Swords, and they see how strong you are as this Nine of Pentacles. So what else is going to come of this? Okay, well, it's going to be this King of Cups is rejecting whatever these people have put here. There's Four of Cups. They're done, okay, because they are coming towards you, and that is the Empress, brother. That is going to be the end result here for you. This you being this Empress, one way or another, doesn't make a difference. Like I said, this is energy. This person, if they don't do the right thing, this energy will go to another person, okay? And you will just act like you've never seen this person. You never even knew them, okay? Believe me, because remember, the Empress advises you to embrace your femininity, nurture your creativity, and enjoy the abundance of life. It often represents feminine energy, fertility, and the power of nature. You're very abundant, okay? You're very sensual, very creative, very luxurious, very harmonious, okay? You have all the positive aspects of all the queens in the deck. That is for sure, and everybody's seeing it. Not only that, but you're a high priestess magician who's very sexy, okay? It has this Page of Wands energy, because there we go, we're just going to stop here, because a confident, enthusiastic individual who's ready to take action on their dreams and passions, a young and creative spirit who's ready to explore new possibilities and express their ideas. This is their fears, that's your hopes, this is what's going to happen. You are already in this energy, okay, because you, again, have this thirst for knowledge, new ways of communicating, and you're going to keep finding new ways to communicate, because you are very creative, and you're a very lovely individual, and I love you very much, and I will see you at 11 o'clock. Bye-bye.